Alright, mate.
Hey man, how you doing?
Alright, gonna record the Palantir this week.
Always the same. Good to see you.
Looking good. New beard.
Yeah, it's just something. Just what? Trying.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
You put that photo up I saw.
Photo.
The one onto Facebook. About our 500.
Yeah, 500 copy.
Yeah.
With picture of Lucas.
Yeah, it was a really good photo.
Yeah, it was alright.
Nice looking photo.
The photo looks good. You've got a new beard.
Nice looking photo.
Why do you have a new beard?
Nice looking photo.
That's a nice beard. That's a nice beard. That's a nice beard. Chins.
Alright.
Yeah. What are you doing with that?
This?
Yeah.
I was playing with your toys. You kind of were dozing for a bit, so.
Oh, okay.
But
Cool.
I prefer this one to Tariel.
It's absurd.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's good. What? You did. Welcome to Strategy Battle Games, our GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host GBHL Damian.
And GBHL Tom.
And we are here with episode 44 of
The Palantir.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh my yes.
Oh yes.
Yes.
We're back.
Once again.
We are indeed. And you're ready reaching for the team.
I'll hold off.
You'll hold.
Yeah.
You'll hold. Did you have something particularly enlightening to say?
Indeed.
Good.
For example, you might want to know, if you're new to the Palantir, that everything we're about to say over the next hour or so is merely our own views and our own opinions and do not represent the views of the Great British Hobbit League or the GBHL YouTube channel or indeed any other formal body or organisation such as the Extini.
Got it.
Topic.
Oh.
Fantastic already.
Yeah.
It's going well.
You'll get this later.
Going well this week.
Yeah.
Very pleased with it so far.
So yeah, thank you Rob Canavan for that sly, subtle giving us the who we can give your little
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
yeah, an inadvertent subscriber one.
An inadvertent journey.
Yeah.
The fourth Hobbit film.
Fifth after unexpected segue. Cool. Tea toast.
Yeah, I'm going again.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I've already tried to go as well.
Okay.
Are we going to do a cross mug?
Yeah, let's do a cross Palantir mug. So here we go. We've got a Palantir mug here. Best half of it, obviously, and a inverted
inverted flag.
England flag. One of our lovely Denmark mugs.
Yes,
what are we doing here
indeed.
with this tea? What's going
on? So last week we sent it. Well, we didn't send it. DCHL Rob sent it to Adam and Sam.
Oh.
Up in Canada.
Yeah, from the Ontario Strategy Battle.
Well, for the Blackfire Productions, but yes, that as well. Yeah. And they are passing it on to somebody else in Canada. And this is to you, Evan Woodruff.
Evan Woodruff, there you go. Enjoy it.
Enjoy your tea.
Oh,
yeah.
Tea.
And I think he's quite an active member of the Ontario Strategy Battle Gaming League.
Yeah.
OSBGL.
Yes.
Yes. It's really confusing having 5 letters instead of 4. Like DCHL, GBHL.
Yeah.
But then OSBGL.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite roll off.
It's confusing or boring.
They could just be DCHL, Canadian Hobbit. But yeah. I don't know.
I'll keep thinking about it.
Yeah. Anyway, here's to you.
Yeah.
And I think we have a new winner.
I think we may.
So, in the past, when it's come to Tea Toast videos, we've had the likes of Billy Fitzmaurice.
Oh, great video. Check it out.
GBHL James. Mr. Dave Fredericks.
He did his tea toast.
I'm missing one. Matt Davies.
Matt Davies, of course, yeah.
Which were all outstanding and deserve a lot of praise. However, them
damn colonials.
The Americans have done good.
They have. They've done very good.
And it's kind of surprising because the Americans usually, if you take it outside of a sitcom, aren't really good at humour, but they've smashed humour in this example.
They've got the funniest show on TV in Modern Family.
It's good.
That's what Tuesday night now is.
Mm-hmm.
Tom comes around kind of to do the Palantir, but mainly to have dinner
and watch Modern Family. But yeah, their video is absolutely outstanding. Yeah. Type in to YouTube DCHL Tea Toast and it's the first thing that comes up.
I think it's Tea Party, isn't it? I don't think Tea Toast is in it.
But if you type in DCHL Tea Toast, it finds it. Or type that into Google.
It's their
DCHL Tea Party.
Their own tea party. And if you have no idea what any of this means, then you need to read up on your history.
Yeah, and I guess given that they've not done 44 sketches, that the editing was a joy to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've done very well at the editing.
It reminded me of the one of me at the window.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I used to enjoy editing funny things.
But yeah, outstanding work to everyone involved in that.
Yeah, it really was great. It was genuinely very funny.
Top effort, and I even showed it to my work colleagues who enjoyed it.
And we were saying that, destroy Lipton tea all you want.
Yeah,
do it. Destroy that trap. The one of the car running over it is outstanding. And then iced tea, that doesn't count.
Yeah, but it was...
And they did the bundles of tea. I don't know, they must have prepared that. Yeah. It was outstanding, guys. It's all involved. Well done. We doff our caps to you, and then we sail away because you won't pay taxes.
Now, Adam and Sam, I think, are planning on doing...
Yeah, there's a video in the works of some sort.
So, Canada, it's over to you. Can you... I mean, the US are already above all of the British hopefuls.
I still like the beauty of Billy's.
Yeah, Billy's was
short.
Is it on? It is on YouTube. It wasn't just a upload
I don't know
to
if
Facebook.
It's just a Facebook.
Billy, can you put the link in to the comments and we'll try and get that up. We know you're watching.
Yeah, Billy. You've not got anything else going on in your life, have you?
All of them are pretty awesome in their own way.
It's nice to see people. I did think this when I was watching it, that it's absolutely insane to think. I don't know, about 5 months ago.
Wait,
Ryan will tell you.
We know.
Yeah,
we know.
Somewhere like that. David Whittaker said something about tea, and we went, "Well, here's to you." And
it's
then
because we had tea
later,
in the first one, and he said how good it was.
Having tea.
And did he doff his cap to us for having tea, maybe? And then we decided.
And then however many months later it is. Oh, it's a year, isn't it?
It's
a year. But however much later after that, there's then 10 Americans filming a video about tea. Filming a spoof of the Boston Tea Party. It's crazy, but it's awesome. So it's really cool to see how these international communities are getting together and we're all chatting. I had it with Adam. Adam messaged me, Marcel, about the tea toast thing.
Yeah.
And I looked up afterwards, and we'd messaged before, because I hadn't really realised, a long time ago about something. He'd asked me, I think about SBG or I don't know something, but he'd messaged me, and it was, of course, it's like, and this has happened a few times. We then meet someone, and when they then send you a message going, "Oh yeah, it's nice to, it's good that we finally met." You've had messages with them before. It's weird. It's cool to kind of put the dots together.
Yeah, and great work, David Whittaker, on setting this lovely tea toast around the world.
Absolutely.
In the first instance.
It's all down to you, buddy.
So yes, that is the tea toast, but we've not finished talking about tea. No.
Sounds like a segue to me.
Because last time we asked you, for some bizarre reason, I have no idea of the context, for a cup of tea on banner profile.
Did we?
Why? I think I said something wrong and it was like, we'll make a profile like that. So
it's great that we don't rewatch this, and you guys have far more idea of what went on in the Palantir than we did.
I do. I watch it back sometimes if I'm doing washing up and there's no more videos.
I've never seen it.
But I don't watch it. I'm just listening.
I watch the bits that you have to edit.
Watch the sketch.
Yeah, but then again, I've normally edited them, so
you don't
normally edited them. I've always edited.
Are you losing us a view? You could get us a view by watching.
Yeah, I'll watch it this week. It's a good show.
So anyway, J22 was going to give us a profile for it, but then he decided that it would be too tedious.
Yes.
Flashing lights.
Tedious.
Tedious.
We'll find the pun music.
Cheers for that, Jay. But Spiral Projects has really gone to town. Profile T banner has to be carried by both Tom and Damian. Special rules, tea toast. The image of a steaming mug of tea emboldens all who look upon it. So much so that they feel they can fight weaponless. Any friendly model within 12 inches counts as being unarmed.
Brilliant.
It's a strong banner.
Yeah.
A real beverage. Everyone likes tea in Middle-earth, obviously. And so the tea banner fills them with a burning desire to drink. If a model starts its turn in base contact with Tom and Damian, they can drink a mug of tea. For the rest of the game, add 1 to your fight value.
Okay.
You can only do this on action once per game. Per model. Okay. Cumbersome. Whilst carrying the banner, Tom and Damian cannot fight, or move more than 3 inches.
Good.
Special rule, tea in capital letters. Being the best beverage, tea has many benefits. When you start your turn in base contact with Tom and Damian and drink from an endless supply of tea, they carry, add 1 to your defence and attack values.
Right.
And Jeremy Smith's also piped up and said, I like it. In my opinion, it should also give +1 to courage or restore fate, because tea is so cool.
Tea is good. So, within 12 inches, you're at +1 fight, +1 attack, +1 courage, and unarmed.
Yeah.
Oh, could be worth it.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
2 attacks
unarmed. It's good. I like it.
So yeah, cheers.
I'll put it in the community FAQ.
Talking.
How many points?
No points cost.
It's free.
I think so. Yeah.
I suppose it's doing you as much harm as good. Brilliant.
Cheers, Spiral Project. Talking of profiles, Matthew Zammit has.
You've sorted this out this week, haven't you? You were thrilled with these.
What, the segue?
Yeah.
It's a joy.
Does it say on there, talking of profiles in capital letters?
Smug face. Talking of profiles, Matthew Zammit has decided to give us a Battle of Five Armies makeover to our profiles.
Okay.
How we used to have them, I guess through Speak Friend and Question originally, all four hosts had one, but they've given our recent exploits. Matthew's decided to upgrade our profiles.
Cool.
So he's gone for Damian the Dragon Slayer O'Byrne. That's the profile name change. 180 points, and you're a hero of Isengard. So that's who you
Makes sense.
You are fight value 7, strength 4, defense 5, attacks 3, wounds 3, 3 might, 3 will, and 2 fate.
That's pretty good.
And you're armed with a crossbow, a hammer, and a double-handed weapon. I guess the hammer.
It's just like a stun.
Yeah.
That's why I've got the double-handed weapon.
You can also take heavy armor, a shield, and a warg. So you can go to fight defense 7.
Cool. I shall.
Special rules: mighty hero.
Aragorn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Terror. Damian the Dragon Slayer instills terror in the eyes of his enemies. Voice of Sheeran is a special rule. Damian the Dragon Slayer O'Byrne's voice echoes throughout the battlefield, instilling his troops with courage. As a result, the model standfast is extended to 12 inches.
That's fantastic. Masifa!
Next special rule: I'm done lending.
These are good.
Word is spread of the Dragon Slayer's puns throughout the lands of Dunland. Any Dunlending warrior, including Damian the Dragon Slayer O'Byrne's army, passes all courage tests as long as their master lives. This includes standpass. So yeah. And then good. Epic shot, you can shoot 3 times per phase with your crossbow.
That's a damn good profile.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good profile.
It's a good profile.
Thank you.
And then my one is...
Fight one.
Can lead the road to Rivendell. Mine is Tom, Champion of the 50 States, Harrison.
Ah, I see.
I like that. Yeah. Like that. I'm 180 points and I'm a Wood Elf hero.
108?
180, same to you.
Okay.
And I'm a Wood Elf hero, I can lead, I guess, Lothlorien and Mirkwood. So let's see who's better. I'm fight 7. I'm strength 5 for some reason. Defense 4. 3 attacks, 2 wounds, 3 might, 6 will, 3 fate. I get a staff, an elven blade, and an elf bow. I can get armour, a shield, and also Banner of the States, which is 35 points. So special rules: mighty hero again, I also get Staff of Power, so I'm an absolute powerhouse getting a Might and Will a turn.
Oh, that's a free channel a turn. That's disgusting.
That is just
it's totally broken. Tom's totally broken.
Okay. Special rules. You can't find the staff these days. At the start of the first turn, nominate 4 warriors within range of me.
All the special rules are puns.
Yeah. All these, I can basically give 2 mights and a fate to somebody if they're within range of, like, close to me.
Oh, that seems fair.
Yeah.
What, one's a turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, at the start of the first turn, it's like Alfred.
Oh.
It's just, it says nominate 4 warriors and you give them 2 might and a fate point.
That's disgusting.
Banner of the States, which is a 35 point upgrade. This acts as a normal banner with the added rule that every elven warrior within 12 inches gains a +1 to their dice roll, like an anti-shade.
Oh. Oh, that's horrendous.
That's amazing. I also have spells. I have Immobilize on the 2+, Command on the 3+, with 14-inch ranges for these, for some reason.
14?
Yeah, why not? And I also have Tea-Toast on the 3+. When casting Tea-Toast on a friendly model, the targeted model gains a might point.
Stop giving out might!
This represents the model increased strength and willingness to go on in the battle, with the sound of a Tea-Toast being given in his or her name. This may be used only once on a model. And then the last one is the stars are a veil. You said that, didn't you, in the sketch? Stars are a veil.
Isn't it the stars are veiled?
Yeah, that's it.
No, and they're not veiled.
No.
That's the whole point in the stars are veiled. And Aragosh go, no, not that. You can see that one, that one, that one.
On the 3+, it acts as blinding light. However, once it's cast, once a turn you can choose a single model. It cannot move that turn due to the inspiring brightness that Tom has brought with him from the White City. There you go. I think
they're horrific.
I think that's pretty bent profile.
Yeah, they're horrible. I think we deserve them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Who did those?
Matthew Zammit.
Thank you very much. I like them. I'll put them in the community FAQ as well as Quite Here on Land Rover.
What was it? Hunt Harrison.
You want Hunt Harrison? It's a good scenario. Love it.
Cool. That's it for tea and profiles. You'll be pleased to hear. Which brings us on to the news. The news.
I don't know if you've got. Have you got anything about the extended edition there?
Nope.
Because I believe tonight. Did you see the email from Rob? Some of the DCHL guys are going to see the extended Battlefly Eyes, and he said he'll send us an email with a point-by-point breakdown of the new bits. And I'm like, no, don't.
Well, do, but save it in draft form. Then send it once.
I want to read it. I really want to read it, but please don't. But yes, to anyone in America tonight. I don't know if it's just for one night or if it's a week, but it's out in cinemas. So go and see it because I am so utterly jealous that we can't see it.
Indeed.
But our hope
is
the digital version is out a week Tuesday, a week today. So if you're watching this on Friday, it's out on Tuesday, which is very exciting. And we think that's what will be next week's Palantir.
Yes.
Kind of in-depth review of the extended edition of Battlefly Arms, which I'm very, very excited about.
We are excited. Tournament news. Same as last week. We have which 3? Grinstead,
very exciting.
Full as ever.
Sold out.
The prizes look cool though. Well done, Tom.
Yeah, there's some Lego in there.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's the Lake Town Lego. He's got a little brooch that's a Palace Guard shield.
Yeah. There's a Tales from the Perilous Realm, wasn't there?
There was a few like
looks really
cool
good.
Things.
Cannot wait.
Then it's the Strider Cup,
which you need to get behind.
Yes.
It's struggling for numbers. It looks awesome. The venue
looks incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like one of the best venues in the country.
Yeah. Sam was saying he thought it was better than Warhammer.
Mm.
So please, guys, if you're in any doubt, you're free on that weekend. Which weekend is it? 7th, 8th of November. Go to it. It's awesome. It's in Cardiff. It's a 2-day tournament. It's a team-based thing where you compete against other teams. But obviously, if you're on your own, you can be put into a team. So please go and support that and make sure they keep doing Lord of the Rings events there.
And if you are interested in learning more, go to the Mid Sussex Wargamers site YouTube channel, and they've done a little video on it.
Yeah, Kieran and Sam, which is very good,
guys. Because they've been to Cardiff.
Yeah, they went to the siege event.
Yes. Cool. And then after that one, it's Sterling, and they have sent a couple of messages. Chris Murphy says, based on your latest run in tournaments, it's always a pleasure to run a tournament for you, Damian. And David Reed,
just not hold ground against his Goblin Town. That'd just be super.
Yeah. Lords of Battle.
Just once. Yeah, Lords of Battle against his Goblin Town. Anything. Please, God, just not hold ground.
Yeah. David Reed's got an outstanding comment. Tom has proved that he can do it on the big stage of Nova, but can he do it on a cold Sunday afternoon in Stirling? Good Stoke Football Club reference.
I would say no.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, let's just see what else he says. That's the real question on everyone's mind. # get Tom to Stirling.
I agree.
And he also says it's also a tournament where he'd be guaranteed not to play me, which is an added bonus, because he usually beats us.
Yeah, I'd love that. Just it does, see, when you say stuff like this, it does sound bigoted, but I just wish I didn't have to play the Scots.
Yeah, because they'll win.
You can see where the bigot thing comes from.
Yeah, because Alan Liddell's good as well, isn't he?
I beat Alan.
Okay.
I can beat the Allens.
You can beat the Allens.
Yeah.
The two, you can beat the Scottish Allens.
Yeah, I can't beat the Cravids.
Yeah.
Go to Stirling. It's an amazing tournament, run by some lovely, lovely, lovely men.
Yeah.
Who are very good at SPG.
Anyway, yes, that is Stirling. I don't think, sadly, that I'll be going this year, but there's an aim of mine to go at some point.
It's awesome. It was really good. I really enjoyed it last year.
And I really want to go to Cardiff as well.
They got 20 people, which I think they said they had 20. Did you have 11 paid or 20 signed up, which would match last year or something?
Awesome.
Well done.
And it's pretty important in terms of the league for those who are going for it.
Very important, yeah.
So, who's that? That's David Reed.
David Nolan, James Long,
James
Jay
Long,
Clare.
Jay Clare.
And
then is James Braun still in with a shout?
Maybe. I can't come top 3.
You can't?
No, because I'm not going to Stirling.
Maybe you should change that and go.
I can't go to tennis.
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm not going to get top 10 either, despite winning an event.
Yeah, but to be fair, you've been
taken
entirely having a lot. I'm very pleased with, I don't know where I was now, but I've only actually got, take competitive stuff to about 5 this year or something. So I'm quite pleased with how I've done.
Yeah.
But
you did well with your elves at Stockport.
Yeah, that was an unexpected bonus. It was good.
So yes, anyway, that is the news from tournaments. Although the Hobbit Tabletop League have made one comment on tournament sizes. So I think we said last week about congratulations to Stockport for the huge event. And Ollie has said, having the biggest SBG tournament can always be compared to one of our most favourite games besides SBG, which is football. And it's an old Gary Lineker quote saying, "Football is a simple game. 22 men chase a ball for 90 minutes. At the end of the game, the Germans win." So that's it. Ollie's going to rise to the challenge and break that barrier.
Good luck to you, man. Do it.
Yeah.
See it done.
We want 100 in an event somewhere in the world, if possible. That would be awesome.
And we'll lose on penalties.
Yes. Okay, so last week, what did we talk about? It's taken us a long time to get to this point.
Didn't prep. How much the that's good. How much the GBHL stick to the rulebook? Contentious topic. No mistake.
Indeed. Obviously, we've had quite a few topics from you guys.
Trivia's
topics,
later. Right?
Things from you. Yes, trivia is after this. Okay, so we talked about rolling dice at different times, or all at once, or those ones. Yeah, and we talked about Order of Heroics. Yeah, those ones. So, on the multi-dicing, Larry says he's against the miting multi-dicing because he thinks that you're probably gaining advantage. So if you want to chuck them all and be
you are getting advantage. Absolutely.
Then don't mite. But then he says, but then if I'm probably hypocritical because I don't care about the heroics order.
Oh, it's not hypocritical, is it?
No. Billy Fitzmaurice says he prefers it when people use their might before fate is rolled, because then it gives a bit of risk. But he says it's never.
Could you still, when he's saying that though, I roll 1 dice to wound, I use my might, you use your fate.
You don't have to use your fate though unless it kills you.
Yeah, so you'd take the wound, but there's still the same thing would still play out.
But that's why, because everyone always asks why wouldn't you take your fate, and I never do, because I always leave it, because then I know that people have to use might, knowing that I have 2 fate left. It's that worry of them being like, oh, I could, because if you chuck the fate and they both fail, then they know they can auto kill you using that might. That's why I don't. Shooting order. Avatar Odin says it can get a bit messy if you're shooting at cavalry. So let's say you shoot at some cavalry that would result in 2 dead horses and 2 dead riders, then it actually makes a big difference in terms of the person shooting wants 2 horses over here and 2 riders here.
Yeah.
Whereas the one being shot at would be like, well, they're the same model. Yeah. You've just hit the same one twice.
I've had that again, like entirely, and I've had it played against me, and I couldn't care less. But you chuck 4, and if you get 2 riders and 2 horses, you want them on 4 different models.
Yeah.
So you see the drop 2 and potentially kill 2 riders, and of course the other person's going, well, to hit the other 2, you would have in the ways for these guys and stuff, and I've seen that. Yeah. Generally, people are all right with it.
Yeah, but I think if let's say it depends what's in the way, but if you've got a line of 4 and you've got a line of 4 bowmen, you get 4 hits.
It's if you've got 2 cavalry here and 2 cavalry behind them.
Oh,
so you see the 4
so then you would have to do the in the ways.
Yeah, you do the in the ways, but if you just chuck them all, like, right, I've got 4 hits, horse or rider.
But then that gets tricky. What you'd have to do is be like, you'd have to roll 2, wouldn't you? See what hits the first ones.
But even then, I suppose if you've got both horses, you can kill 2, and then save 2, But everyone just, it's just speeding the game up. No one's trying to get an advantage.
No.
Good point there.
David Reed says, for shooting I tend to split my shots into groups based on line of sight, then roll the hits first, then work out the rest of the shot. In the ways, then wound rolls separately if I'm shooting models with different defence or different amounts of in the ways. So generally different coloured dice are a good way forward. Was there anything else? I think that's it. Billy had one that we didn't bring up, and that's the backing away rule.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's true in that not everyone backs away an inch, a full inch. But then I've had it used on me at times when it matters, where they're like, you can't go away an inch, and it's like, well, yeah.
They've been going away 3/4 of an inch for the whole game.
Yeah. But then it's hard to argue against it.
Yeah,
but I think an inch is too far. It's a big amount when you get squashed in, and basically whoever wins priority would trap everything, because going away an inch in a melee is
not everything, is it?
It depends if you go also measuring that inch around an arc gets really confusing. That's what it should be.
I think if you wanted to solve it in the rule, you measure it from their point of contact. Like that's the simple way. That's backing away, isn't it? You go an inch directly away. Like that. I'm not saying I would like that as a rule, but that cleans everything up, and there's none of the Harrison back away around you. But that you just go poof, straight back. There's no.
I think that would be the intention from the start. But the issue is, I think, like coming out sideways, so you're not trapped is still fine.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Maybe it's like the hurl. Maybe it's like the hurl, and you have to back away directly.
Like 180 degrees.
But one of the 180 degrees.
You've got your model that you're fighting here, with the guy who lost, and there's one enemy model 7/8 of an inch away here, and nothing here.
Yeah.
He should be able to back away those sides, like, rather than directly away.
Exactly.
So.
But an inch is a long way, because it's where you end up like your whole model can now fit where you've gone, and no one backs away that far.
No, but I think generally the reason they don't is because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
the vast majority of combats, it doesn't matter in the slightest. So then maybe, if it ever does matter, you should do an inch. And I think that's what most people do. Like, if the guy and he clearly doesn't have an inch, I think most people go, well, he's trapped.
Yeah, but it's when there's fights that have been going on earlier where you're like, well, I don't know, about 7 of your models earlier on would have been trapped then. I think it's fine as long as it's a...
My thing is I don't care if they're back away an inch if they wouldn't be trapped. So any other combat, just move them away, because it's not worth worrying about. Whereas if there's a potential one size model can be trapped, then I think that player has the right to sort of say there isn't an inch in there.
I think if it's like 7/8 though, I don't think that matters. I think it's more, generally most people just eye it. I wouldn't want to get
it's very hard to get, if he's going to be trapped, it's going to be very hard to get the tape measure.
I think it's, does he feel like he's backed away enough?
Get one of those stand things, couldn't you? Mm-hmm. The sort of things that Steve uses.
Yeah.
I drop one in.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Cool, yeah, and then the other one that we may have missed that Matthew Ridgely brought up was writing down might to use.
Yes, we did.
Hiding the might. Because, you could, I think that's a bit, that one could be, I don't really like the writing down the might rule at all.
I think most people have a nice, pleasant gentleman's agreement about it, then they go, so I've got 2 might and I'm on a 4,
and you've got
1 might and I'm on a 5.
Yeah.
And it's kind of go, look, I'll use both if you use yours. Yeah. Right, and that's generally...
And it speeds up. But what could happen in that situation is, I know you can only write down if you say you're using might. So in that situation, it's not too bad, as in, you might as well spend the 2. Yeah. But there are some situations where, let's say you rolled a 3 and you've got 3 might and the other person's got a 5. No. And the other person's got a 4 and it's got 2 might. You both say you're going to roll, but you're going to bump it. And the person with 3 might could use all 3 to go to 6, but only puts 1 in because he's hoping the other person will put 2 in to go to the 6, fearing that he'd use all 3.
So he's just using 1 to draw the other 2. Yeah, good thing. Again, that sort of situation, I think, happens so rarely. Because you're talking about heroes that are normally rolling a lot of attacks.
It should just be a gentleman's agreement, like we said. That's a much nicer way of playing it. And then James Long was mentioned about a standfast courage test. So his one was to do with people being engaged, but I think there was I don't think most people were playing the standfast correctly in the first instance of it's when the models move as opposed to when the hero at the start of the turn. It's not like a heroic. Because I know that people have had that previously early in the league.
You move your hero to the point where they want to be, and then your models start moving, and any model within range of a hero who's passed passes. Yeah. You have to be able to see them though.
Yeah,
that's important as well.
That's what we don't.
That's what a lot of people don't do. I don't think it's not enforced rare. So much as people forget about it.
Yeah, because it'd have to be a building though or something. Yeah. But then that's silly because something like a battle-wide standfast wouldn't be a battle.
Yeah, but that still makes sense. You're miles and miles away, but you turn around and you see your king. Mm-hmm. You go yeah. Whereas you're panicked, everyone's dying, and you turn around and you see a wall. It's not that inspiring.
No. But you don't know if everyone's dying because all you can see is a wall. Yeah. I don't know if the lines. But and then I think what James' question was whether I think he was being a bit prodding the rules a bit, but with the you can't do a standfast if you're in combat. He was like, what if your hero charges into combat? But he's already passed his courage test. It's just him. He calls it as he starts his move.
Isn't it like if you're within? I'm sure it's if you're within range of a hero who successfully passed the courage test, isn't it? Yeah. There's nothing to it being engaged. That won't stop you.
To be fair to James, he doesn't have any rule books anymore.
Oh yeah. I'm not sending you one. You can only use it to take the Goblin King and Reavers. You haven't learnt anything.
And win tournaments.
Yeah.
He'd do better without it.
He has learned something.
He has learned something.
Stand fast. Warriors do not have to test for their force to be broken if there's a visible friendly hero within 6 inches who has already taken and passed his courage test.
Yeah, visible. Yeah.
They must remember that. Yeah, visible friendly. Yeah.
But the visible bit is not adhered to particularly.
And it says heroes that are engaged in combat do not test on their courage, so they cannot use the stand fast rule. Yeah, that just So they can pass it, and then they pass it, so they already test their courage, and then they still get it. Yep.
Cool. And that's it.
Hey.
For all that topic. Then we had your moment of trying to guess who Bayonne was.
Oh.
Which Larry said was the single greatest piece of content ever produced. We had a lot of comments on the sketch from last week.
What's a sketch?
I don't know. But yeah, a lot of comments. So yeah, thank you everyone for the nice comments. But I wasn't on the sketch, so that's probably why we got lots of nice comments.
Not reading it.
Noma Justice says he always knew that Damian was a great singer. Video of Damian singing Hungry Eyes is still his favourite. Yeah, just lots of praise. Oh, and Rich Clemmer said, P.S. I reckon Dave should be guest presenter on the Palantir. Seemed like he was comfortable on that sofa from the pic he uploaded to Facebook.
He did. Yeah, we'll have Dave.
And then someone said, wow, Dave could certainly pass as a real fireman. And I don't know whether that's sarcasm or whether you don't know that he's actually a fireman.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm sure they're being sarcastic.
Yeah. And Dave also said, all good fun and great to peek behind the curtain.
Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for helping.
Glad you enjoyed that part specifically.
Yeah,
where
you like to see what's over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I went there earlier, didn't I?
Yeah,
I went there to
you've
get
already
the
been there.
And Dave's now like, oh, I know where he went.
Yeah. And ELS said, oh my god, I've never heard UK Freddy Bear's voice before.
Just go and watch a bunch of videos. He does loads of tutorials on Shadow Flame.
Cool. We also 2 weeks ago talked about SBG as a sport, and we did some of this kind of stuff on SBG as a sport. I mean, Rich Clemmer had a cool comment that he was scrolling through old videos, looking for Damian Citadel Woods. So I presume it must be
the Battle of the Five Armies.
Battle of the Five Armies board. Which is
that's where I talk about. If you want that, it's called. It's a hobby. The game. The hobby behind the game.
Yeah, that's
I think it is.
Yeah,
the hobby behind the game is the Battle of Five Armies board with my woods on it.
And he stumbled across the 1-to-1 with a wargaming widow.
Ah,
that's a good.
It's a good video.
And he says at around 43 to 44 minutes, it's quite ironic in that Damian balances a mug.
Floaty cups back.
In that Damian mentions that SBG is a sport.
Do it?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Proof.
Yeah. Cool. And then we did some intermission in the last one and went off for dinner mid-video. And Jeremy
God, there wasn't an intermission, there was a tiny cut.
Yeah.
Well spotted.
There was a tiny cut. Was that it?
I didn't put anything in.
Okay.
It just said, but I think we said we've been called for dinner, and then we carry on talking.
Oh, and then there was no break. Jeremy Smith asked what's for dinner. That's what he wants to know.
Last Tuesday?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the Thai pork? Turkey even? Was that last year? Tell you this Thursday, how about that?
Yeah.
We had slow cooked lamb tonight.
Yeah, it was really good.
Slow cooker, thing of wonder. Whack that in this morning, leave it on for 10 hours. Slow cooked lamb, veg, potatoes. Really, really good.
Broccoli, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. Some potatoes as well.
Said that.
Anyway, sorry. Trivia
section.
Damian, what was your question last week?
Last question, I said, was that a Wection question? I don't know what that was. I said that there is a section of the rule book called Advanced Rules, and indeed there is. And I said, but how many advanced rules are there? Tom, do you know?
1. Passengers.
Correct.
2.
It's actually called, it's called Passengers Well.
That's good.
Yeah.
2. Swimming.
Water features.
Okay.
There's 2, yeah.
2 more.
It's stuck. Precious. One of them's obvious.
One of them's obvious.
Yeah.
The siege stuff isn't in this section, is it? Barriers?
No.
Is that an easy?
Standard rules.
One of them's obvious. Light and heavy objects.
Yeah, carrying objects. And the other one I think would trip people up. The other one's the hardest one to get.
That's why I've not got it yet.
So the answer's 4. Spoilers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think of it necessarily as a general special rule so much as a kind of scenario, points match scenario special rule, but it is in there as a rule.
Points match scenario
Kind of,
special
yeah.
rule.
I mean, it's not really, but you'd think of it more to do with scenarios than you would general
reinforcements.
Yeah, reinforcements.
Really?
Yeah, as in models that enter the board can't charge, that sort of thing. So there are 4.
Cool. Well done to Larry Miller, Avatar Voden, Thomas Horatio, and wow!
We got all.
All 4 of them got those, yes.
Cool.
Well, you just had to say 4.
Oh, they didn't get them all. They
didn't necessarily get them all, but they said 4.
Well done, 4 of you. You have won the chance to buy yourselves a Freddo.
Well
Do it. Do it now.
Very good. And my question last week was the difference between a pony and a horse's profile. So the differences are...
Me?
Yeah.
2 inches less movement.
Yep.
1 less defence.
Yep.
1 less courage.
Yep.
1 less fight.
Oh.
Strength.
Yeah. So close. So close.
Oh,
but they're both fight naught, and that's why they run away.
Ah, God, I always think that's a courage thing.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, well done to those who got that. And getting that were J22, Rich Clement, Atcon39, Jeremy Smith, Dave Egan, and Andreas the Norwegian Viking. And Avatar of Odin getting a double Freddo.
And he's got them. No, that's Andreas.
Yeah.
Andreas is the one who's got them over there.
Yeah, he only gets the one.
Yeah. But he can now. He can gorge himself. Because he's ordered a box of Freddos.
Yeah.
So that when he wins a Freddo, he can have one, which is
Exactly.
outstanding.
Well done, everyone who got that.
Hey, trivia section. Tom, do you have a question this week?
I do, but before I go on to that,
Right.
I'm back to profiles.
Hey, why?
Because Michael Bojan.
Pretty sure about half an hour ago you said that's it for profiles.
Yeah, I was lying. Michael Bojan, who also had a box of Freddo sent to him, or at least one Freddo, we can't tell the amount that it got sent to him, but he's gone for a profile for Freddo Baggins. Who's
You got a special rule.
His
frog.
His race is a frog done lending. Cost 20p.
This show
It's
is
not
getting
points.
more and more ridiculous.
You just
every
pay
week.
20p and you can have it.
It's like the 0 points column. Who do you pay the 20p to?
Fight 1, strength 2, defense 3, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 3, 1 might, 2 will, 3 fate. Special
3
rules.
fate.
Special rules. Riddles in the dark chocolate. Whenever you roll a 3 Whenever you roll a 3 highest on 9 dice, you may ask your opponent a trivia question. If he answers it incorrectly, you may re-roll those dice.
That would have been very useful.
If he answers it correctly, he gains control of Freddo Baggins. Support your Hobbit hobby is the next special rule. Whenever an opponent channels a spell, he must subscribe that channel.
These are fantastic. Heavy punning this week.
And then the last special rule is ancient co-hosts. Freddo Baggins may re-roll Bosch to wound rolls against Sons of Ale, Wozells, Feral Uruk-hai and Fell Wargs.
I like that you're known for your wargs. That's your signature army.
Just the ones. That was outstanding.
Thank you for blocking out the Goblin King. Come on. Social.
Yeah.
That is an outstanding profile.
Yes. Question for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, and we're going to come on to this as a topic, to do with your Battle Games in Middle-earth magazines. That was the random company that Damian was mentioning. If you haven't got that link.
It wasn't random at all.
Okay.
You're using random like my students use random.
Yeah, I know.
It was entirely,
Okay,
it's very specific.
Okay. Seemingly random. Because it usually is quite random. Well, no, you've done some more
It's generally whatever I see.
topical ones, yeah.
Look around the room desperate for a company.
Anyway, my question is, with these magazines, you've got free miniatures, a lot of which you can find on eBay nowadays.
That's
They're
not
the
a question.
ones that most people have. My question is, not what is the first model that came in the magazines for free, but what is the first metal model that you could get when you bought one of these magazines?
Ooh, cool. Ooh.
First metal model.
Is it Smaug?
Sadly not.
Metal Smaug, can you imagine?
can get that.
What, the Bella 5 Armies one? Oh.
The one, the mini one. The one that's worth...
It's about 50 quid now.
£295 quid?
Yeah, it's £295 now. Oh. Yeah. That's what Smell goes for on either.
Yeah. Jamie knows.
Yeah, Jamie does. And my question...
Yes.
...is also Battle Games Middle-earth related. And my question is... Which member of the production team of Battle Games in Middle-earth later became... Oh, do we say works on White Dwarf?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. Later went to work on White Dwarf.
In a senior role.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
reduced the number of choices. Isn't it?
Yeah, but there's bound to be some randomer.
Alright, we'll go for in a senior role.
Yeah. Who's appeared in White Dwarf and in this that someone will guess.
That's the question. Who used to write for this? Who then? That does look a lot better, doesn't it?
What the?
Just the whole thing just becomes more attractive.
It's a good job that joke's never been used before.
No, it just shocks me every time. You know, I know it in my heart and in my head, but then you see it and you're like, whoa! God, that is better.
You do see it and go, whoa, don't you?
It'll get you. Watch out. Okay. It'll get you around the age of about 27. Suddenly you'll wake up.
It only comes out during photos.
You try and force yourself up out of bed and go, what's this? This is new.
Yeah, only in photos. Anyway.
Those are our trivia questions.
Very good trivia questions.
Thanks, you too.
Trivia section.
Trivia section.
Right, and we're finally going to get onto our topic. We've probably been going around an hour.
It's about 45 minutes.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So about quarter.
But there's no such thing as a long video, is there?
No. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, we have not said
because
that.
Everyone gave tons of feedback about the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because we read out 83 profiles.
Yeah. But yeah, we really appreciate all the comments, guys. It gives us something to talk about, otherwise we'd be sat here...
Just talking about Freddos and tea.
Yeah.
Hopefully dodge that one.
Yeah. Anyway, our topic, as we've kind of alluded to already, is from Mr. Rob Canavan, who has said, could you discuss the battle games in Middle-earth magazines as a topic on the next Palantir?
No.
Oh.
See you next week, guys.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Indeed.
Teeth is falling all over.
Where to start?
Probably at number 1.
Alright, good, strong. This is it. So, I'm sure the vast majority of people are aware of what this was. Do you want
to... it was a set of magazines that you could buy in your local WH Smiths or, I guess, newsagents.
Yeah.
Or be delivered to you. And you could kind of subscribe, and it was amazing value. Yeah. It was something like £4.
It's $3.99 normally.
Yeah.
The first one was £2, and then it goes up to $3.99.
Yeah, $3.99, and that included either a free metal figure or a free sprue of plastics, which is incredible.
And at the time, weren't the plastic? They were 20 quid for 2 sprues of 12. So a sprue.
12 quid.
Well, 12 quid to be.
Yeah.
Oh, 12 quid. Oh yeah, I was in the Lord of the Rings price before they doubled. So 12 quid.
Yeah. So it's a 6 quid sprue. And the metals back then, I guess, were about 4 quid.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was well worth your money to get these.
Absolutely.
And it ran for
91, isn't it?
Yeah,
or 81?
Something like that.
91 or 81. I've got the last one here. I think it's in your one, isn't it? No, it's in the other one. Yeah, and it was by this company called Diextini that you've probably heard of.
Yeah.
They do all those really irritating part works.
Yeah.
And they are the sort of things. This is a really good example of
91.
91. It's a weird example where they do the opposite of what they normally do. You normally see something like HMS Victory.
Mm-hmm.
You get to collect it fortnightly and build HMS Victory, and it's whatever $5.99 a fortnight, and you realise that ship is going to cost you
300 quid.
300 quid when you could just go and buy a model of it for 50. This was the opposite, in that it was very good value.
Yeah. Yeah, there were also 3 special ones for the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King. And so 94 in all.
Yeah, and I think, and it got extended twice. It was only meant to be.
Yeah.
Would it have got extended? I think it got extended by 12. So it was meant to be maybe 20. It was meant to be like 65. Then it was maybe 78. Yeah. And then it went up to 91. And I think this magazine here is a large part of why the Lord of the Rings strategy battle game was such a success.
Yeah, because it was in stores that weren't Games Workshop, and they didn't do that for The Hobbit.
No,
they weren't tapping into kids who didn't go into a Games Workshop store.
Yeah. And it just opens up we've said a bunch of times how when Fellowship came out, the Fellowship box game, that was available in like Waterstones and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this is something like a magazine just in every newsagent that kids could see and go, oh, they look like cool little figures,
I want that.
And get into the hobby, and it worked. And it came out. A lot of people, I think, don't realise that it came out in 2002. It didn't come out for Fellowship. Mm-hmm. It came out sometime during the Two Towers era.
I should probably say on here.
It was definitely 2002. I'm not sure what month it started, but it was like a long time.
And it's fortnightly.
Yeah, it's every fortnight, which is what fortnightly means. First issue was 2002.
It does say editorial and design Games Workshop.
Yeah, well, that was the interesting thing, wasn't it? Where it was actually made.
Yeah. And there's some other names.
What are the names? Oh, Alessio and Rick. I think they had they had a lot to do because the rules. Yeah. There must be some sort of legal thing that the rules are obviously written by them.
Yeah, so they have to.
That they're putting in. Yeah.
They're not the answer to Damian's trivia.
No, God no. That'd be far too easy.
But
yeah, it started about 2002.
Oh yeah, 2002 New Line Productions Inc.
Yeah, but you can see, look, there you go. Issue 2. That's what. Issue 2 has got.
Don't show that one. issue.
That's probably alright, isn't it?
Issue 11. Issue 11 has got.
The point being, issue 2. I'm going to drop it down over here. Issue 2 has got an advert for the Two Towers box game. So that means one issue into its game, it was a year into SBG.
Yes.
So it was coming out towards the end of 2002.
And they also gave you these little cutout models that you could use if you didn't have all the models to start with, so you could still play the game. Don't miss out. Gaming Pack 2 on sale 19th of February 2003.
Gaming Pack 2? Oh, so it was actually a bit later then. It was. Yeah, that means the first one was out at the start of February 2003.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, it was about 14 months into the life of the game.
Yeah.
And so it was quite popular already, the game. But I know a lot of people out there suddenly saw this and went, hang on, this is a dirt cheap way to get models. And I know a lot of people went out and bought 5 copies, 6 copies of each issue to get the models.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's how you buy your models.
If you needed if you wanted Moria Goblins.
If it was Moria Goblins, just go out and buy them. Don't go and buy them from Games Workshop. Yeah. But of course, what that then did means that everyone's got armies and starts going to Games Workshop and buy all the product, and it's perfect. And it was genius marketing.
And the friends that I had at school who did Lord of the Rings did it because they got these magazines. Yeah. That's what they had their figures from. Yeah. And then they'd pick up a few other ones because then they had a collection. And they
were good. I mean, you got... It was every plastic sprue up to the War of the Ring, up to the release. I think the... where's the last one? Where's the 81? Trying to figure out what the last plastics they gave away, sort of like the newest plastics.
Oh, no, it's this one, sorry.
There's some more Last Alliance Elves towards the end.
No, that's 20... That's 40.
Oh, sorry.
You're not getting to the end.
But, I know they were giving away a lot of metals towards the end.
Yeah, these are all metals.
But you wouldn't get you didn't get like Galathrym or anything like that, Galathrym Knights, but all the kind of Ministeria, Mordor Orcs, Rohan, Rangers, all those sorts of things. Easterlings, maybe it was the Easterlings, they were probably quite late. 44 says I think as well.
Yeah, it did become a lot more metal heavy.
Yeah, which is cool though, that they were giving them away as part of it.
And they don't seem like they're worth that much now because they're so...
Got the ruins.
Yeah.
They're actually, I mean, ironically, these things that were great value are now the models that everyone's got 10 of.
Yeah, so it's £1 for it, because everyone has...
Rohan Warriors were on number 49.
There you go.
But I mean, there was stuff. The stuff that was released after Rohan Warriors that they gave away.
Palantir, you'd expect.
Yeah, maybe in the middle bit there sometime.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, and it's a really cool magazine. The actual content's brilliant, but it does change a lot.
Yeah, so number 2 that I've got here had a focus on Elrond. It's 20 pages long. You get Elrond's profile. They explain the game bit by bit. Mm-hmm. So you got like, if you imagine you've only got 4 pages to get you to play a game, there was like literally move phase, then shoot phase, and gradually over the course of all the issues they introduced all the rules. There's a tiny little game here that just involves you. There's a little mini game, mini batter up in the second issue to get you having some goblins fighting some elves. You've then got to think about preparing your models, about plastics and cleaning up. So this is aimed at people who've never done anything like this. And then you have a painting guide.
Yeah, very simple painting guide.
And we're going to show you a couple of these because this is the guy you end up with. That's the what you should end up with, just a green base on this plastic Numenorian. And I think we'd all agree that it's not particularly good.
No.
But it's not particularly good because it's the second model you've ever painted.
And it's setting the bar low to give you a chance to replicate what's in the magazine.
And then there was even a bit of scenery making, which leads you with this ruin, which I'm sure everyone would probably agree looks fairly rudimentary and pretty awful.
So
But it's gone.
Oh yeah.
But wait.
Yes, indeed.
It's the second model you ever painted. And what was incredibly clever about these is that they then assumed that you were doing the hobby, collecting it, and getting better. Mm-hmm. So the hobby articles and the painting articles get better. And I think we thought 10 was a good one.
Yeah.
10's a good example. So 10 issues in, that's 20 weeks. So you've been collecting models and painting them for about 5 months. If we find the painting guide. Oh, maybe there isn't actually a painting guide in this one. Because we pulled this one out for the house.
For the house, yeah.
Let's find 11, see if we can find a painting guide. Sorry guys, just talk amongst yourselves. There he is, Boromir. Yeah. So then by number 11, you get this Boromir, who I think you'd agree is a fair bit better.
But still not heavy metal masterclass.
Oh, absolutely. But definitely better, and you're doing more with him. And meanwhile, the reason we pulled out issue 10 is because now your scenery has got to this level, where you make a Rohan house that looks quite cool, but is kind of rudimentarily painted. And you've got, this is how it's designed. They've got little brickwork things. They've got all these stage by stages, which is quite cool. So there's a really kind of cool development how you get, and we'll see that going on.
Yeah.
Are you getting the Rohan stuff?
That's right. Yeah, I'm trying to.
There's they would have kind of themed sections. Mm-hmm. So there was a whole section about Khazad-dûm that we're going to have a look at. Actually, why don't I jump into here?
Jump into Khazad-dûm.
Khazad-dûm, did we get a painting article in this one? So you've got the bases. So by this point they start talking about themed bases, whereas in the first one you just had the bright green thing.
Yeah.
But in here, you're then making some quite spectacular scenery. So this was over the course of about 4 issues. It starts with just making dwarven ruins, so you have to make that, and shows you how to make it. But in a deeply, deeply aspirational way, they also show you this, where the Watcher attacks the Fellowship, into the Mines of Moria, into Balin's tomb, into the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. And all these boards were then detailed in the next issues. Yeah. So the idea was that every fortnight you'd build something and create this mega board, which is absolutely incredible to look at. And again, very, very aspirational. It was all very doable, kind of get this, paint this, then get this, paint this.
Yeah. And they had a huge Rohan block where they went through lots of siege rules. So they used Helm's Deep and those kind of things to explain through that. And they had lots of scenery articles on building walls. But obviously, hopefully you can see that you have to be a lot better to build this kind of thing than you do the very original cardboard wall. We're up to about high 20s.
You're off to this. This is the one we were looking for. Wherever it's got to. There it is. And then by number
50.
50, so 25 weeks, so about a year.
Yeah.
Doing it about a year. There's then another scenery article which allows you to make this house.
50 a year?
It's fortnightly.
50 times 2, 100 a week. 2 years.
So it issued 50.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah. 2 years.
This is about after a year, the ones that I've just been
2
through.
years. I went the wrong way.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you've been doing it 2 years, and now this is your house with teddy bear fur, and you end up making essentially the same thing, a Rohan house, but a much better one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool.
Yes, it is.
That's really, really cool. And so...
And then you build Medusel.
Yeah, and then it jumps from there in this section into the stunning
You've got
Medusel.
girls in this one as well.
Girls. There's a girls playing, yeah. Which you should have, there is.
One there.
One there. There's a girl.
One there. Zurich skill. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Look at that. We're not pointing at the girl at this
No.
point. The Balrog v Gandalf with a girl. Amazing stuff. But so I was very excited about that. But what they have in here is then after you've made your Rohan cottage, you can make a Rohan cottage, right? Okay, you've dealt with that. Now,
Next week.
they've got this, the Medusel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is the one that Rick Fryer built
Yeah.
for James. And this is absolutely incredible.
It's
A
amazing.
stunning piece. And it's built for you to, not sure where you can see it in here. I'll show you that bit, I suppose. But the roof lifts off. The roof is designed to lift off. And inside it, they then had this mini game, which I've never played. See if I can find it. Yeah, James, why haven't you done it, man?
That's it.
This is then inside, that's looking down inside Medusel, and the squares marked out are actually game pieces, so you don't play using normal SBG rules, it's a little mini game.
And it's the bit where you forgot to take his stuff.
I told you how many times you're taking away the staff.
Yeah, that bit.
Yeah. And you can play a little mini game inside Edoras, which is incredibly cool. And so they encourage you to paint this model, you build this piece of scenery, play this game on it.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
And they had kind of campaigns running through in a sense
Yeah.
as well with that kind of
Did you show them the Edoras walls?
there it is, yeah.
So then the end of this Rohan campaign was this huge battle where Medusel's over there and the walls of Edoras, which aren't exactly the same ones that Rick made James. Rick followed a tutorial from Daglad on the One Ring, and but they're slightly different, but they're very, very cool.
Yeah.
And these actually, I don't know if we've talked about this in the past, but all the scenery from here, well not quite all of it, but it was on eBay a few years ago. Do you remember this?
Well, you've told me
That
about it.
about, I don't know, 2 years ago, all these lots came up, and it was clearly this stuff. It wasn't someone who'd made it. It was whoever
the person
whoever had ended up with it from the studio.
who. Yeah.
Had it and was eBaying it all off. And though that wall, and there were the right number of sections, and they were exactly the same. And I remember that wall
You didn't buy it.
when I think I had a bit more cash at the time, but I think it went for about 100 quid.
Okay.
No, my limit was 100 quid.
Yeah.
And it went for about 160.
Yeah.
It was all on eBay, so some Lord of the Rings fan out there
Has got.
has got the actual scenery from these things, which is very, very cool.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, it's a very, very, very cool magazine, and I think if you don't have any, and you're a regular gamer,
Yeah.
then somewhere around 12 maybe.
13 has the wizard duel.
Yeah,
Which is
the mini game,
yeah.
which is very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me that. That's cool.
It's the Saruman versus Gandalf mini duel. So it has a little board here, but you can actually make the scenery if you want for inside or think. And it has special rules for Saruman and Gandalf. They have their own little spells or attacks that they can do. And it's very cool.
Because by number 15, you're getting some quite cool, like decent scenery about how to make rivers and stuff. So I think about around the teens somewhere, depending on your level, you'll start to find genuinely useful content.
And you'll often get them without the figures.
Yeah.
You can get bundles of. Usually people will sell maybe 20 or so without the figures.
Obviously, a lot of stuff is now like out of date,
Yeah.
like the profiles and stuff. But it's just cool to flip through. I've just noticed this. It's a converted Gandalf at the top of the tower. That looks awesome.
Oh, with the
Letting go of a moth.
Yeah, that's awesome. Steve,
Really, really
get
cool.
on it.
Um,
Yeah, it's awesome.
But and they're just very, very cool. And certainly from as soon it's the Khazad Dûm stuff I remember really kicking off, which is about 20. 20 is the start of the Moria section.
What's
19's the big one. It's probably got a card in it here.
But it's got.
Oh no, it's the Watcher.
19's the Watcher, which is outside. So 19 onwards. 19
shows you how to like stuff about the Watcher. It's got a whole thing for playing that campaign that we just showed you in Moria.
That's awesome.
See, I'd say from 19 onwards are really worth getting.
Yeah, I still think they're all worth getting, but if you're on a limited budget, you want to try to find the ones that are a little campaign. So the 19 to whatever.
That's the sort of scenery article in 19, which is really cool about making the kind of lake. And they're good scenery articles from then on. They're the sort of stuff that I could now follow. Whereas the first few are kind of like you're looking at it going, I wouldn't want that. But these are very cool and well worth. From that point on. Yeah. And by the end of it, you've got the last one with the mill.
Yeah.
The last one's the Scarron of the Shire. And the mill they make is absolutely staggering. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. It's Ted Sandyman's.
It's the burnt down mill.
And it looks awesome, the detail on it. It's really cool. Yeah. But yeah, they've got 18 steps, whereas for the first one I don't know how many steps they had, but
spray card, grey, stick to card.
Yeah, but it's very, very cool.
And have you got the model in there, the last model, to show how your painting developed?
And the painting looks a lot more like, not quite heavy metal, but it's to a good standard. In the last model, 4, Sharky. Hey. There you go.
So that was after about 4 years then, yeah?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's also the source of the models are the ones that are now dirt cheap. So you have this magazine to thank.
I think with the exception... Oh no, Sharky's still quite cheap.
Fairly available, yeah. You got this magazine to thank for all the cheap plastic sprues.
Yeah.
And this also probably represents my biggest bargain that I ever got for SPG. When I first got back into it, I got a box for 40 quid off eBay. And I'm pretty sure, I didn't know then exactly, but I think it contained every metal and every plastic from this. It didn't have magazines. No.
Okay.
But it was all the models for like 40 quid, and it was just someone had taken a picture of a box.
And you didn't know what was underneath it.
You didn't know what was in it, but you could see the value of some of it.
But you knew that you were just getting back into it, so anything would be good.
So yeah, it was a really good deal, and that gave me a whole load of models, just stuff to get started with when I got back into the game. So it's very, very cool. They are relatively easy to come by.
They're easy to get. The difficulty with any of the magazines, so if you want to collect all of the old white dwarves or these ones, is the postage cost. The cost of the magazines isn't the problem, but if you imagine if you're trying to buy so many of them, people sometimes put like £10 postage because it's expensive to send. So what the best thing to do if you can is to get loads in one go. So try to find one that has as many as you can in one go, because it's obviously reasonably expensive to send one out on its own. But yeah, I think Damian's going to be looking up the price, but I reckon you could probably pick them all up for in the region of £50 to £100 depending.
Going for about £5 each, including postage.
Is that with a figure or not?
With figures, yeah, they're with figures.
Yeah, I think without figures it'd probably be £1 to £2.
Yeah, they're about 99p and £1 postage. Because you're going to whack it just in an envelope.
So then, if you're getting loads, there's a lot of them. If you're getting all 90, then expect
15 of them
about £100.
It's about £11, but that's I'm not sure if that's by it now.
You need to find someone who's got the majority of them, and then pick up the rest elsewhere.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah, you want to get the bulk of them.
Yeah, and then there's 3 additional ones.
There you go. Times 79 in the binders. It's £45 or best offer.
Oh, well, that's well worth it.
Yeah, go and get that.
Do that.
So it's £53 at the most for 79 of them with 4 binders. I think.
And the binders. These things. If you haven't noticed us using them, I don't have the binders with mine. Mine are just. And then you just slot them in and you can read through all of them.
I'll see if there's another set on there anyway. But incredible things, and they're well worth just thumbing through. You got some battle reports in the later ones, haven't you?
Yeah, and there's there's kind of mini battle reports all the way through, but there's a few kind of special ones with bigger battle reports. But yeah, they're really, really cool. And yeah, if you've been interested in that, I've said at some point I'll probably try to chat through all my old White Dwarfs, given I've gone through
it's a good idea.
that and chopped it so it's all Lord of the Rings content.
Stick that up after you do your hobby blog.
Yeah.
But there's some. I think the Rohan scenery in particular is very inspiring. The Mordor stuff is incredible. I don't know which one that was in. Was it?
The one about the lava flows?
Yeah, the lava boards
with Gilgalad.
Yeah,
is that the one?
There's an issue in here with about 5 times as many pictures of Gilgalad as you ever see.
In different shots of him.
Yeah, as you ever see in the movie. Yeah, it's along here somewhere, isn't it? There's like a 4 edition
Last Alliance
bit with this kind of cool lava board. Like really, really kind of inspirational scenery. Loads and loads of, far more than you ever got in White Dwarf.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's really good. It's because it's all dedicated to Lord of the Rings.
Some great stuff. Look at that. That's awesome. The Daggerlad board. Like, there's some really, really great stuff about building castles. You can build. There's guys from Minas Tirith, Edoras, Helm's Deep, just general outposts.
So yeah, this along with the Best of White Dwarf has really inspired us, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, part of the thing came about, of course, because when The Hobbit came out, people immediately started saying, "Is there going to be Battle Games of Middle Earth?" And of course there wasn't, because by that point the models had gone up so much in price
that the magazine couldn't do it.
It would be completely untenable.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't. And I remember that, particularly in the first year of Unexpected Journey, loads and loads and loads of people saying, why, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? And I think as well, in the 10 years, the Games Workshop had changed the company a lot, and they weren't. The Lord of the Rings thing was something they were really trying to push very successfully back then, whereas now it was something that they, I think the various annual reports have shown they're not that keen on it, and they kind of had to do it. But lots of people saying, why isn't there a magazine for Lord of the Rings, is directly what inspired us to do our little thing, do SBG.
Yep.
And that's that whole kind of reading through this. I don't know, when I was looking at the early designs, I looked at this more than I looked at White Dwarf. Like, I don't know about your kind of influences for it, but
just grammar.
Grammar
books.
I looked at books on that.
Grammar books.
Eat, Shoots and Leaves.
I did read Eat, Shoots and Leaves deliberately. It's a great book.
Yeah, it's a laugh a minute.
It is. It's really... Grammar is fun.
Grammar is fun. And yeah, I think looking at these and looking at the hobby side and the little articles, the little kind of personal articles, was all very much what led us to do our little magazine. So we hope that even though there isn't a Battle Games of Middle Earth for The Hobbit, what we're trying to do, albeit far less frequently, is the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
SBG.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we thought it was worth pointing out that at this point, these... What?
Yeah. It's the fact that you can actually do it.
Do what? Yeah, this is it. These are the issue ones we have left. Yeah. We had 3 left earlier today, and someone ordered one of them. So who knows, by the time you see this, they might be gone. I don't know. But yeah, Lucas on this. We haven't talked about this really.
No, we haven't.
But at Redestination
2015,
we got rid of our 500th copy.
Smell that.
It's good. And it went to Lucas Whitcroft White.
It's a tongue twister.
It is, yeah. Try saying that 10 times fast. Which was great to see it go to him, and he won the dice. We said this in a video a while back that we were doing this to our 500th copy.
Yeah.
And they went to a young lad called Lucas, which was absolutely brilliant.
And it was very funny because I had the 500th copy, and there were multiple people who were going to get one but didn't get it at that point.
And you were holding it.
And I was holding it.
Yeah.
And then Lucas got it.
And he was lucky one. So we have now passed 500 physical copies, which we are delighted about. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
At the moment, we've still got a fair few issue 2s, but we only have 2 copies of issue 1.
Yeah.
So if you do want to get one, get on it.
Indeed. Yeah. And even if those two go, you telling us that you want one helps us to deal with getting another print.
We're not gonna order another set of print of ones now. We're not trying to lie. We probably will do it, but what we've normally done in the past is wait until we've got maybe 10 or 15 people interested.
Yeah.
And then we know we're gonna kind of make the investment back.
Yeah. So if you're wanting it quickly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we know that it's worth doing.
Because at some point we're going to reach some sort of critical mass where everyone's going to have one. Or everyone who wants one is going to have one, and so we don't want to be sitting on 50 copies of it.
Because that would be a massive, massive hole.
It would not be good. So yeah, that was the mentality behind that, and we hope that comes across.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, maybe let us know what you think about Battle Games Middle-earth. If you've got any favourite issues, your memories of getting it.
Yeah. What was the best value pack that you could get? Which model?
What's the most valuable model on there now?
Yeah.
Maybe it probably might be Sharky or something like that.
Is Metal Sharon? Is that one? Is that
one
one of
could be the old
ones?
one, maybe. Not sure.
Something like that.
But yeah, let us know. Was it what got you into the hobby? Was it? Do you miss it and all that sort of stuff? Have you made anything? Have you made any scenery?
Yeah.
Are you the guy with the scenery?
Yeah.
Are you the person who got it?
Donations can be made.
It would be a huge surprise if said person was out there. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for this week.
It is indeed. So yeah. Before we sign off, Billy has a comment saying, and seriously, when are you just going to put the like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and pledge to Jamie on Patreon in a banner on the screen instead of giving yourselves a brain hemorrhage at the end of every video?
Oh man, we don't need to. We smashed it last time.
We did indeed.
We don't need a banner.
We did indeed.
As ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. It is.
Isn't it pledge first?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Is it pledge first? Is that what they prefer?
I think when we smashed it, didn't we? No, maybe you're right. You might be right.
Alright.
Fair enough, Billy. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Pledge to Jamie on Patreon.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle game.
Boom.
Boom.
Smash that.
Yeah. Should have just pushed on the first time.
Yeah.
Sorry.